Today, Congress will be briefed on the attacks in Iran, as President Trump says it could take longer than a month to end Operation Epic Fury.
Yeah, and this despite claims from the president that the operation is ahead of schedule. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
This morning, war in the Middle East is intensifying, setting off a scramble to get Americans to safety. The U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, struck by drones. A Saudi official tells NBC News no one was injured. Now, several U.S. embassies across the region are closing, ordering non-emergency personnel to leave, though thousands of flights are canceled, stranding American travelers.
All of a sudden, we're in the middle of a war zone.
Americans abroad and at home wondering how long the U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iran will last.
We projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
This is not Iraq. This is not endless.
Now, in a new war powers notification to Congress, President Trump saying it's not possible to know the full scope and duration of the operation. Trump officials set to brief all of Congress today, as some leading Democrats who got early briefings argue Iran did not pose an imminent threat to the U.S.
There was a threat to Israel. But if we equate a threat to Israel as the equivalent of an imminent threat to the United States, then we are in uncharted territory.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying the administration knew Israel was preparing to strike Iran, and the U.S. acted first to prevent a chain reaction.
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us.
With now 6 American service members confirmed dead as Iran strikes back. The president vowing to destroy Iran's missile capabilities and navy, ensure they can never get a nuclear weapon and can no longer arm terrorists. Secretary Rubio also said the hardest hits against Iran are yet to come, as a bipartisan group of lawmakers is pushing to force a vote this week to limit the president's war powers without congressional approval. House Speaker Mike Johnson called that dangerous and predicted the vote would fail. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Alice, thank you. Meantime, global oil prices are climbing after those strikes on Iran and retaliatory action across the Middle East. Now there are concerns drivers here at home could soon be paying more at the pump. Candace Hare joins us live with what this could mean for your wallet. Hi, Candace.
Hello, Dave. Good morning. So one big question here is, how might this situation impact gas prices? And while it's too early still to predict exactly when or by how much those gas prices might be impacted, experts do say that the markets are already reacting. And one price that we're keeping a close eye on here is crude oil, which is the main ingredient in the gasoline we use in cars, jet fuel, and diesel, amid concerns the conflict could disrupt supply. Iran is one of the world's top oil suppliers, and about 20% of the world's daily oil demand moves through the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway near Iran. According to NBC News, for every $10 jump in a barrel of oil, that's about 25 cents more per gallon at the pump. Jonathan Ernest, economics professor at Case Western Reserve University, says that if the cost of gas goes up, you can expect other costs to rise as well.
Whether that's, in this case, more expensive fuel and energy prices, that tends to kind of trickle through to those final goods, making them a bit more expensive as well. And so the concern is that, yeah, we could have even more trouble keeping inflation under control and keeping prices from rising quite as quickly.
Now, according to Professor Ernest, the U.S. has some domestic oil supply that it could lean on, which could help give a little bit of a buffer if these prices do go up. But Gas Buddy predicts that the national average for gas in the next week could rise to $3 per gallon. And if that happens, it will be the first time that gas has hit that mark this year. Dave?
All right, Candace Hare reporting live for us this morning. Candace, thank you.